Hey everybody, this is Dream, and today we have a tiers slate here real quick to check out. This slate starts at 7 o'clock and it concludes the 6 games that are in the main slate. Before I get started, can you guys smash that like and subscribe button? It helps the channel a lot. So I'm going to give you my top 2 in Tier 1 and Tier 2, and then my top 3 in the Tier 3 through 6. So my top 2 in Tier 1 are Acuna and Ohtani. Now Acuna is hitting 409 over the last 14 days. He also has 9 stolen bases and 6 home runs in that time, and he's going against a very weak pitcher here. I really like his upside in this matchup. Then we'll look at Ohtani, who does face a tougher matchup, but he's just hitting way too good and has a ton of home runs recently. He has really good metrics for this game and has really nice matchup numbers. He is the second best option here. I don't hate Olsen either, but I do think that Ohtani is probably a bit higher chance of a home run than Olsen is today. So maybe in our tier twos, we'll start with Freddie Freeman, and he's batting 474 over the last week and a half, and he's hit a home run off Keller before. He's also capable of that here, though it is a little bit of a tough matchup. For both of these guys, I do think Freddie Freeman is also a great option as he's hitting the ball pretty well lately, and he has a 323 clip against Keller, and he's one of the top slugging players at this position in T2, so I think he draws some fantastic situation. I do think Albies and Riley both have some potential here, and Trout does as well, but I do think Freeman and Betts are probably the safest plays. Moving to Tier 3, Sean Murphy draws just incredible metrics and has hit the ball extremely well lately. For the last 2 weeks, he's hit over 400, and he's also got nice home run upside here, which he's been doing. He hasn't been playing every game, so do keep that in mind, and there's definitely a lot of good hitters in Atlanta today. Byron Buxton is also a possible option today, as he has been somewhat slumpy this season, but he has been hitting the ball better the last few games, and he did hit a home run the other day. I think he's got some really good potential to do that here, and I like his upside. And then Juan Soto, in his last month, he's been extremely good. He looks like he's building on it here, and he's in a nice plus matchup, and he has a home run a couple games ago, so I do like his upside here as well. Maybe in the tier fours, we'll start with Manny Machado. He has been slumpy, but he does hit some home runs, and he has some good upside here despite this position being somewhat limited. T4 is kind of rough today. Adley Rutschman is also in play, though, as he's hit the ball decently well lately, and he has nice home run potential. He's also been a little slumpy, but he does have good metrics for this game. Even a tough matchup against Jermaine, he has hit the ball well in the past. So then we'll look at Xander Bogaerts here for San Diego as well. He has also been slumpy, just like a lot of the guys here. His upside, though, is a little bit better than some of the other guys, as he's had 6 games with 6 hits. Blah, blah, blah. I can't talk. In the last 9 games, he's had 6 of them with hits and good fantasy point outputs. So I do think he's got some potential here. T4 is just really rough. I didn't like a whole lot here at all. Maybe into Tier 5, we get back to liking a lot of guys. And Travis d'Arnaud, if he draws a start today, he has hit the ball really well recently. He's got some really nice upside, and his fantasy point possibilities are very high for this game if he plays. I do think he has some good opportunity to start here, though he doesn't play every game. In fact, he's been taking a lot of games off since he's been back from injury, so do keep that in mind. Gabby Torres for the Yankees has also been playing pretty well lately, and he has the best batting average over the last couple of weeks from the T5 options, and he's hitting the ball well. He also has some home run potential in this particular game. And then Jock Peterson for San Francisco. He draws some good metrics for this game, despite the fact that he's been slumpy lately. He still has really good metrics and potential here, so I like him. I like his upside, but he hasn't played as well as he had been prior to the last few weeks. So he is a little bit risky today. Maybe in the T6 options, Michael Harris is probably going to be very heavily favored today, as he has just absolutely crushed the ball, fantasy point wise, over the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks. He's hitting a ridiculous batting average of 351 over the last 10 games, in fact, and he's just scoring fantasy points, get on base, getting steals, stuff like that. He's playing really well, and he's definitely my favorite T6 option on the slate. Carlos Correa is a good contrarian option. He's been somewhat slumpy this season, but he does have some good potential here, as he's hitting the ball better the last couple weeks, and he has some nice upside in this matchup. And then Anthony Santander also draws really good metrics for this game. He's also hit Jermaine very well in the past, and he has home run potential here. He's hitting the ball well, and he draws good metrics as well. Uh, he's had some stretches of really good games as well. So overall, I do think this is a decent tiers slate. Tier 4 is probably the weakest tier, but overall, there's a lot of home run potential on this one. So make sure to check it out. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below, and have a nice day, guys.